I thought I'd start early because, there's nothing everything that's going to happens. And then right as I do that, my boy Harrison Endicott just gets a bogey. So now we're on cut sweat watch. Don't you do this to me, Harrison. Don't you do it, Harrison. I need you. I got some really nice lineups that have old slapdick Harrison Endicott. Maybe I shouldn't call him names if I want him to get there for me. The champion Harrison Endicott. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a PGA DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at PGA DFS, specifically at Showdown, seeing you are watching the Showdown Hoedown. I'm not going to give you any picks. That's not really my thing. There's plenty of other shows that do that. I am here to help you get a little bit better at the process, hopefully gain an edge, and get you to understand that PGA DFS is not only the most fun DFS sport out there, but is also one of the ones with the biggest edge, okay? It has gotten sharper, but there's still plenty of dumb shits out there. So, let's just I gotta announce this. It's the week of the US Open, maybe my biggest week all year, so you would be remiss if you didn't see this big ass schedule right here over my shoulder. I'll be putting out my course preview show tomorrow along with pricing thoughts, and what else do I do? Oh, and contest selection, right? Sunday, I have my dude Alex Blickel on. We are talking US Open and all things golf, so be looking for that to drop Sunday. And then Wednesday, of course, we have the emergency stream, 7 o'clock. Lord's time zone, as always, right? And then next week, I only do this for majors because I like to have a life too. Round 2, round 3, round 4, Showdown Hoedown live every time, okay? I know you're thinking, well, you're doing this one live. Yeah, but I'm only doing 3 and 4 this week. Next week, I'll do round 2, round 3, and round 4 because US Open be big. And then for the cherry on top, if all of that doesn't have you tired of seeing this fucking face and my fucking voice, well, good news, because Sunday, me and Sia are going to do a sweat show for the U.S. Open on round 4. We'll be doing it live. We'll be sweating lineups, commentating on the golf, because the golf commentating is going to suck balls. So we'll be there. Come hang out with us. It'll be a good time. We're going to make the best out of it. If it's a success, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it again for the U.S. Open. By the way, don't forget, get your questions over here in the chat. Be in the chat asking questions because I am going to be doing a ticket to play in the big contest tomorrow. And I'm not going to lie to you, DraftKings actually put out a pretty good main contest tomorrow that I'm kind of excited to play in. Right. Also, if you're here for some underdog pick'ems, hang around. I'll have some thoughts for you on guys that I'll be playing tomorrow for my pick'ems. That will be towards the end of the video. Let's talk a little bit about where we're sitting this week, right? As you can see right now, the 6 of 6 cut is lingering somewhere between 11 to 15%, depending on the tournaments you're in. So if you have some 6 of 6s, you're definitely looking good, right? And here's what I'll tell you why 6 of 6s this week matter more than normal, right? Because the leaders are only at like minus 8. Well, I guess Ewan's at 9, but that fucking guy ain't going to win. So really, if you have guys that just make the cut, right? You just have a guy that sneaks in on the cut line, they can legit easily backdoor a top 5 with 2 good weekend rounds. So all of your lineups that are 6 of 6, I think are still very live. So if you have 6 of 6s, be there. As I told you, you can go look at your lineups. You can see I have, I'm currently winning a ticket or 2. Of course, the Friday champion is still here. Don't worry. I'll get fucking second come Sunday. But you can see we got old Harrison Endicott in a couple of them. Don't you do this to me, Harrison. I need you, brother. I need you. So that's where we're at, okay? Also, I wouldn't mind a 6 of 6 in the 307 or 250. Nick Taylor's the fucking champion. We all deserve. So is Arrow Hatton, just going out and blazing that course today. So let's talk a little bit about it. By the way, if you're interested in cut sweats, I cannot wait to see the simulated win projections tonight because, yeah, I can say, oh, I'm winning a ticket on Friday. But if I have like a 1% chance of winning come Sunday, well, then I'll probably temper my expectations. If it says I'm like 25%, I'll start getting a little bit more fucking excited, Bob. So if that interests you, use my code Degenerate75. It's in the link of this video. It gets you half off your first month, okay? Let's talk a little bit about how the course played today. The cut is definitely going to be -1. I thought we might have a chance at even, but let's face it, those guys just went out there this afternoon. They've been roasting the course. They roasted. Last night on my Discord, the new weather updates came out around 10 o'clock, and I told people, man, the afternoon, most people were projecting a lot of winds in the afternoon, but I was like, the one projections I trust are saying it's going to be beautiful, and I think we saw that. 70-degree weather with light winds, and these guys, they just fucking, I mean, every nut player today for Showdown came from the afternoon, right? You had to have the afternoon guys if you wanted to do well at Showdown. I put that out as late as as early as I could, but it would just happen to be late because you had to get the newest projections, and that ended up being the play. You wanted to play afternoon guys today. If you didn't have Hatton and Nick Taylor and some of these guys, you had no chance today, Bob. You had no chance. So the big takeaway is that AM PM wave edge that I talked about Wednesday on the stream, it did come out. It ended up playing to about 3/4 of a stroke difference between the two. So, I ended up going very, very heavy on AM PM guys. The only two exceptions were, Cam Young, who barely made the cut, and slapdick Sam Burns. For all of you like, you told me to play Sam Burns, he missed the cut. Well, first of all, I didn't tell you to play anybody. It's one guy I'm playing, dipshit, not one guy you should play. And second of all, don't worry, he burned my world down too, so I don't want to hear your belly aching. Get over it. It happens. It's fantasy golf. Make your own picks, dude. All right, let's get to contest selection. I told you, man, I'm really excited. Look, I don't know if this is true, but I will tell you, I am in the ear of DraftKings and my host all the time, giving them guidance on how I think their main contest should look. And never, and I mean ever, have I seen them put out a round 3 contest this good. Am I saying it's me? No, I'm not. But I can't help but notice that the week that I beg the hardest for it is the one week they put out a bomb-ass main contest, right? Some people see 25,000, they don't get that excited. I want 50,000. Okay, well, you're a dumbass because when they do the 50,000, they only do 150,000 total pool, so it's the third to first. Fuck that. That's a terrible contest, and outside of like 4 people, nobody wins at that, okay? So shut up. This is an awesome contest. Only 20% goes to first. That is so awesome. Like, this is the best lottery I've ever seen for round 3. Believe it or not, I give my seal of approval to play in this. Look at this. 9th place is 1/17 of first. Not bad at all, right? Yeah, 2nd place is 40% of first. You know I like it to be half, but come on, guys. That's pretty good. For a lottery, that's pretty good. Let's see. So other contests, I will say, I wish they would have made them a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. You know, the nuts is, of course, my contest, the $10 18 max. They just flat payout structure, not too many people. If you're playing $180 tomorrow, you want to play a little bit of Showdown, have a little bit of sweat. This is the one to play, dude. I'm telling you, it's the best. From there, where else? You know, you can always, the $5 Drive the Green, which is kind of like the second mini lottery. You know, it's only $8,000 tomorrow with 25% up top, so I don't love that. But there's plenty of good contests to play in. The $1 20 max, the $5 single entry. And I will tell you this. This is something I've been noticing. I've been tracking this. These little 33 satellites, if you don't know, next week for the U.S. Open, there's a $3,333 millionaire maker. And you're not going to pay $3,000 for a ticket. You're not. Okay, like 2 of you watching are, but the rest of you aren't, right? If you want to win those tickets, I've been noticing that there's been some overlays. Notice, when you see this little green G here, that means they're guaranteeing the ticket even if that contest doesn't fill. So tonight, if you see this $19 contest isn't even halfway full at midnight, I go hop in there and try to get it. That's really good value on a satellite ticket. A lot of these are overlaying. This $56, it overlays a lot, right? The $370, occasionally you'll catch an overlay in there. And you can get a $3,000 ticket and, not have to beat as many people as you should. I'm not telling you to chase those tickets, but if you do want to play in the big millionaire maker next week, I think chasing these satellites is such a more reasonable way to get those than to cough up $3,300, all right? And, of course, the Fantasy Golf World Championship. I might jump in this tonight. I'll have to see if I can make a lineup I love. But we're running out of time, guys. We only got 2 weeks left to get a Fantasy Golf World Championship ticket after this week. Right? We got the U.S. Open and what the fuck ever's after that. I think Rocket Mortgage. I don't know. I don't memorize the golf schedule, okay? I do PGA, DFS. I talk shit. That's all I know. All right, let's get to it. New guy, the weather. What do we got for the weather today, or for tomorrow, right? We're gonna be looking at because it's the best for 24 hours out. It was the one that nailed the weather best today. All the other ones are like, it's gonna be a hurricane in the afternoon. I said, nah, it's not gonna be so bad. And I would have to say they're right, because looking at those scores, they fucking got after it this afternoon. You can't get after this course, which is much tougher than I thought it would be when you're playing in a hurricane. So, the winds did seem to pick up there about the last hour, but for most of the afternoon, it was kind of the nuts out there, right? So what are we seeing tomorrow? Well, we're seeing it's going to be much warmer, and I think that makes a big difference. You're going to see it actually get up to 80, 81 degrees tomorrow. So if there's ever a chance this course is going to bake out even a little bit, I think we see it tomorrow afternoon, right? And the winds pick up a little bit. Nothing too bad. 9 miles an hour sustained, 12 mile an hour gusts. That's not exactly brutal, right? But what I am noticing is by 4, 5, 6 o'clock, when the leaders are probably playing their back nine, there's going to, I think the course could be a little firm and fast, much more so than we've seen it through the first 2 days, right? So with that in mind, we got to remember something. When it comes to round 3 showdown, which is tomorrow, right? There are no fucking placement points, okay? So get that out of your head. You've got to play the leaders, okay? Don't think like that. And at the same time, realize that the round 3 showdown's gotten a lot sharper, and people are realizing just go play the guys at the back of the pack. They're playing in the morning. It's a big edge. But I will tell you, tomorrow morning, I imagine they're going to go off around 7 a.m. And as you can see at 7 a.m., it's like mid-50s. That's not exactly prime scoring conditions. And the gustiest weathers will be around 8 or 9 a.m. To me, if I'm trying to target guys in the perfect weather zone, right? And that doesn't mean you're going to score well just because you're out there in the best weather. It just means if you have your A game, you'll probably score the best in those conditions, right? If I am trying to target a range tomorrow, like a tee time that I really want to go after, it's going to be the guys going off around 9:30 or 10 o'clock, okay? Of course, we don't have tee times out yet. Round 2 is not even completed. We know enough who's going to make it. Basically, we know all the studs that made it. We know what the cut line is going to be. We're just sweating a couple scrubs. I'm seeing if my boy Harrison Endicott's in the middle of a meltdown. He's got 15 feet for birdie on 6. Okay, that's good. He had to get through 6. So that's what I'm doing. And if you don't know, I can't imagine. I never like to assume with the PGA, but I don't think they'll be going off in 3s off of 1 and 10 tomorrow, right? They'll almost certainly be going off in 2s, all off of number 1, right? And why does that matter? Because now the tee times are going to start basically around 7 a.m. local time all the way till probably about 1 to 1:30 is when the leaders will tee off, right? So there's a lot of guys who will have their entire round complete before the leaders have even teed off. So round 3 showdown is a great time to target a weather edge, right? With that said, I want those guys going off between 9:30 or 10. I think they're going to get that right as the course warms up, right as those morning winds die down, and before the course gets too crispy and whatever baked out this course could possibly get tomorrow. I don't think it's going to get baked out like the Memorial because the temperatures aren't that high, the winds aren't that high, and it's just been a lot more moisture in the air around there, right? So 9:30 to 10 is a good time if you want to start by looking at guys there. That's probably, I'm going to guess, the guys that are probably around -2 to -3, right? It's going to be those guys that are probably setting T40 or so right now. We'll see the tee times later tonight. Use those tee times. If you're using the solver, all the tee times will be loaded in there, and you can actually sort by that, right? By the way, if you want my projections, go check out the solver. It's in the description too. I'm not plugging them so hard tonight. I already got enough things to plug. As for the leaders, of course, you're always got to be open to playing the leaders. The leaders are the leaders because you know what? They're fucking playing the best. So you got to be open to playing those guys, right? Especially the studs that are up there, right? If you're instantly saying, well, I can't play Corey Connors or Justin Rose or that loser fucking Rory McIlroy, luck-sacking piece of shit, well, then I think you're missing the point. I think that you got to be playing those guys. What I'm telling you is to go find those guys in hopefully the best time period to mix into your lineup because you're definitely going to want to have some guys who are going off late tomorrow. There will be some guys who will just go nuclear hot tomorrow like Hatton did today. Maybe Hatton does it again tomorrow, right? He'll definitely be going off late as I think he's like, what, T2, right? So he'll be one of the, if not in the last group, he will be in the penultimate group. So that's how you use weather to your edge tomorrow, right? Is you try to, I don't want guys going out super early. I don't. First of all, those are the guys playing the worst. Maybe Cam Young is an exception because he used to be a stud. He's not a fucking stud anymore, but he used to be. And I think I want to let the course warm up just a little bit and get those peak score conditions around 9:30 or 10. And that's where I'm going to probably target a lot of my guys. Hey, did you know I'm giving away a shit ton of money because I am not a poor? Next week, I think of everybody in the industry that does giveaways this week, right? Tell me anybody else who's doing $1,500 in giveaway. I'm just an independent fuck. I don't have no big tout site. I'm just one dude giving away $1,500. I'm going to give away an 888 ticket that you get to build with me. We're going to build it and split the profits 50-50, okay? Yes. So not only are you getting a chance to win $200,000 in a contest that only has 1,000 people in it, you also are going to get to build it with me. And if you don't know, I'm pretty fucking good at this stuff, and I can probably help you build a good lineup. Help us build a good lineup, right? Not to mention, I'm also going to be giving away 20 $25 Millionaire Maker tickets that you will get to build with me. Actually, no, 30 in total, right? That you will be able to build with me. I will give you my time and my effort. I'll enter them. We'll split the profits 50-50. I would love to PayPal you $500,000. Okay? The biggest one I've got to PayPal so far has only been just a mediocre $12,500, right? So there you go. If you want to be in that, you just got to do anything simple. When all of this content comes out this next week for the U.S. Open, anytime there's a YouTube video, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll try to prompt you. And if you're over on Twitter, anytime I put something open that is US Open related, like and retweet it. And both of those will get you in the drawing. And of course, being at the live stream on Wednesday, I'll do some just from the chat. So be there Wednesday, 7 p.m. You block off your fucking life and say, no, I cannot have that heart surgery. I have got to be at the live stream, okay? That's all you got to do. By the way, where did that 888 ticket come from? Let me tell you about this little guy right here named D-Seep. He it might be on the hottest Showdown run I've ever seen. The guy's incredible. By the way, part of my community over on the website, because we got some fucking killers over there if you don't know. Last Thursday, he won the big main contest, 20 grand, right? Then on, what was it, Saturday, I believe, he won again. Okay, so, he won, this was yesterday. He won this yesterday. So he's run the round 1 2 weeks in a row, right? So he got lucky. Oh, well, don't forget, also last Saturday, he got 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 8th. All right, unbelievable. So the guy is sponsoring the giveaway. It is sponsored by him. The $888 ticket is from him. I appreciate him. He is the man. And if you were thinking, why would somebody sponsor you with the $888 ticket? Well, once you see how much he won, you realize that's fucking like money in the couch cushions to this guy, right? So I appreciate you, brother. I cannot wait to build a lineup with one of you guys. Make sure to be there for the live stream because that's when I'll be announcing the winner. And I would love to go chase $200,000 with you. So let's do it. All right, let's get to guys. Let's get to the statistics real quick. Let me check on Harrison Endicott real quick. Seeing I'm live, I gotta. He missed the birdie putt. All right, just go get me a bird on 7. I'll be feeling so much better. Hey, Grayson Sig got me a bird coming home. You piece of shit. Let's go. All right, sorry. Checking my phone. Not great TV. All right. First things first. Right. Let's go look at those guys that are going to tee off. First of all, the cut is definitely going to be -1. So right now we still got a couple guys who are sweating, right? Ryan Garrard, Vince Whaley, and I guess even Duffner, Trainer, Grayson Murray, and Matthias Schmid could all make the cut. So be watching out for these. Of course, if you're ever on the website, I'll have the Rosetta Stone updated with all of the tools you need and of course the updated who made the cut list, right? So I think the first thing you want to do is go down here, and I love to find these guys who just got on the cut on the number, right? Like a great example of this would be, of course, Akshay Bhatia. He just got in on the number. Cam Young just got in on the number. Sahith Tagala. If they're good players and they just got in on the number, I like that. I like that a lot. I really do, right? And why? Because you tend to get a bit of an ownership discount on them because, they're not playing as well and people can see that. And furthermore, these guys, these studs right here, they're only there to win. They're not trying to grind out T30. So they're just going to go fire at every flag. I'll tell you right now, Sahith Tagala, Cam Young, Akshay Bhatia, they might make 4 bogeys tomorrow, but they could also make 8 birdies. And at Showdown, especially round 3, all we give a shit about is birdies and eagles, right? So I love targeting those kind of guys that are just going to say fuck it and go fire at every flag. A guy like Trevor Cohn, Brent Grant, T30 means a lot to them. So they might actually play golf and not short side themselves firing at every freaking flag, right? So there's a difference between studs from the back and like, your journeyman type players, right? So that's the first thing I like to consider. Second of all, I'm going to be looking at guys that have that tee time I was talking about. I want guys going out between probably 9:30 and 11, which I imagine is probably going to be this T29, T46 range, right? All these guys at probably -2 and maybe a couple at -3. Once again, we'll have the tee times later, so you're going to have to look at this actively. We're still, 16 hours from, wait, what would that be? No, 13 hours from lineups locking, right? So we got plenty of time to do that. From there, I always love bounce back guys, right? Oh, Matthew Fitzpatrick sucked today. He's so bad. He could never do good tomorrow. Or he could. I'm telling you, don't get caught up. Eric Cole, which, by the way, you should switch to solar. Terrible today. He could never do good tomorrow. Or he could. So I love these bounce back guys, especially when they're week-long donkey chalk. Those motherfathers always bounce back, right? Anybody that spun their wheels today, I love, right? Those just guys that I want to play, right? Because who on earth is going to go play Matthew Fitzpatrick over Terrell Hatton? No one. No one's going to do that, right? And so that's just a great way to get tremendous leverage. And you want to know the fact of the day, Matthew Fitzpatrick is exactly 50-50 to outperform Terrell Hatton tomorrow. Yet, I guarantee you he'll be like probably 1/2, if not lower, of his ownership, right? That's just playing the game right there. Or maybe the answer is you fucking play them both. Maybe that's the answer too, okay? But that's the second thing I like to do. The next thing I like to do is I like to go see who had the killer rounds on the day, okay? Terrell Hatton shot a -8. Can he do that again? Yeah, I can. Can CT Pan, Harry Higgs, Wilson Bateman, Carl Yoon, Ted Potter, Cameron Percy, can they have another lightning round? Yeah, but it's not very likely, Bob. So I tend to not chase those guys. Can that luck-sacking piece of shit Rory McIlroy have a shamrock shoved up his ass 3 days in a row? Probably. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to mush his ass and play him in every lineup because I'm so tired of that guy luck-sack. God, he gets so lucky. Rory McIlroy sucks. For all the top-end players, the guy sucks. I will fight you on this, okay? So that's the next thing I'm doing. I'm fading any non-elite players, right? And sadly, I do still have to consider Rory an elite player. So Rory and Hatton, I'm open to playing, even though they're coming off nuclear rounds, right? From there, I really am just giving a thought to ownership, right? Of course, I'll be putting out Showdown ownership over on my site, loaded onto the solver as well. Then from there, I really like to look. The one thing that is most correlated to success is ball striking, specifically approach. So we'll go look at ball striking and look at some of these guys that made the cut. Brent Grant's ball striking, insane. If you're a ball striking truther and think that short game's going to regress, well, then Brent Grant should be your nuts play tomorrow, right? Another guy, Brandon Wu's ball striking was insane today. If he wasn't such a piece of shit around the greens, he would have had a monster round. I mean a monster round, Bob. Corey Connors, ball striking the hell out of it, can't putt. Okay, well, that's kind of who Corey Connors is, right? But, Corey Connors is playing really well this week. Is he going to be the Canadian that finally breaks it? The curse or whatever the hell it is? Anybody else? All right, and then the next one I like to look at is just straight approach. Who just killed it on approach today? Short putter Mark Hubbard. Anytime his approach is on, I'm in. He's a hard guy to not play tomorrow. He's killing himself off the tee and around the green, so that's auto makes me look at Mark Hubbard. Am I going to play him? Well, I'll probably let ownership dictate that, but right off the bat, that's a guy that usually is just standing out to me based off of the stats, right? From there, Adam Hadwin is playing great. Great. If he wasn't, if he didn't lose a shot off the tee today, he probably could have had a nuts type round. Nasty Nate Lashley. Let's go. Look at that approach. Nate, you dirty dog. All right. Anybody killing themselves off the tee? Well, most of these guys that are killing themselves missed the cut. So let's go find some guys that didn't miss the cut. Sahith Theegala. But I'm telling you, man, Sahith Theegala is kind of a train wreck off the tee. But once again, I don't give a shit. I'll play him. Mike Weir picked up 3.5 strokes on approach. What is life? All right. Anybody kill themselves around the green but were otherwise good? Let's see here. We already talked about Brandon Wu. Already talked about Brent Grant. The goalie. Oh, Kevin Roy, you missed the cut, you piece of fuck. All right, we already talked about Hubbard. Jason Duffner, ball striking, bad around the green, snuck in on the number. Could be a sneaky one. I think Duffner sucks, but you know what? If you want a guy at less than 1% ownership and realize that for a single round you can have a hot round, well, there you go. That's a guy to consider. Okay, so. That's some things I'm looking at. You want to know some guys that are really good historical round 3 scores? Well, wait just a second. And let me give me my spiel about TGen75.com, the fastest growing community in all of PGA DFS. It's not a tout site. I'm not going to sell you picks, but what I am going to promise you is I'm going to help you get better with the process. I'm going to give you the best tool in all of PGA DFS, and I'm going to give you the best community. That is what keeps the people sticking around, okay? And we have quite the winners over there. Look at all these guys who won last week. So happy for all of them. It's never about me. Just like as I watched the Ted Lasso finale last night, it was never about me. It's always about us, and we have the best us around, and all of these guys winning, flying the flag means the world to me, and we are doing awesome because that flag does not represent me. It represents us. Lastly, the best tool in all of PGA DFS, it is the Rosetta Stone. Everything you need to know, make the best informed decisions to help you find success at Showdown, right? If you're just arbitrarily picking names, well, that might work as long as they're not chalky. But you know what's better is picking names based on facts and getting them at low ownership, right? Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend. You know YouTube ain't going to share my shit. The channel continues to grow. I appreciate every single one of you. And I've got a newsletter. It is in the description. No strings attached, no cost, no nothing. I just want to be able to update you every week. Every Tuesday, that's going to start coming out. It will debut this week. If you want to be in that newsletter, simply click the link in the description, and you will start getting all the news, college football, NFL, when that rolls around, and, of course, everything PGA. Those good round 3 scores are Tommy Fleetwood. That's a guy I'm talking about. A stud that just kind of spun his wheels today. I think he finished strong, but he wasn't doing it for most of the round. Great guy to consider tomorrow. Nick Taylor, a great round 3 scorer. Dylan Wu and Brandon Wu, not brothers, but brothers when it comes to round 3 scoring. And that's what you got to love about him, right? And then lastly, for pick'ems, I think tomorrow I am really wanting to look at what are they putting out there for birdies, right? I think we've seen that there's a lot of birdie holes on this course. If you look at the course today, look how many holes. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 holes playing under par, right? And if I think tomorrow's going to be even better scoring conditions as the course is going to warm up, especially those guys out there in the Goldilocks zone, I'm probably going to be chasing the over on birdies. And if they're going to put some dumb shit out there like, 2 bogeys or 2.5 bogeys, I also don't mind the over on bogeys because this course does have, so if you get in the rough off the tee, you're pretty much getting a bogue, okay? So over 2.5 bogeys, I don't mind for guys, and definitely over 4.5 birdies. I like for almost anybody going off in that Goldilocks zone. That's how I'll be playing it, right? All right, I think that's it. Do not forget about my crazy schedule. Let's get over. Editor, in the chat right now, draw a name. We got 102 people in here, 54 likes. Wouldn't mind those likes going up, you motherfathers. Draw me a winner to build a ticket with me tomorrow in this really nice contest. Stephen Holm, you have won the giveaway. Me and you are going to be in this contest tonight, Stephen. This one right here, the big $20. Let's go win $25,000 tomorrow, you motherfather. Simply reach out to me on Twitter or on the Discord. All right, let's get over to the chat, and I'm going to answer this. I'll give you guys about 15 minutes, and the big guys got to go. I got to go make the stone for all the tryhards. All right, Nick, what's up, DJ Nation? By the way, editor, the thing is not fixed. Who crushed your dream and kicking the nuts this week? The one guy I was definitely playing, Sammy Burns. You saw it. Look at that. Look how many 6 of 6 lineups I would have had. I would have had twice as many if Burns makes the cut, right? Instead of 4, I would have had 6. And I didn't even, as you can see, I didn't do many lineups this week, guys. EVR and Doc Redman also missed the cut because they're fuckers. That's what they are. They're fuckers. By the way, let me go check on my boy Harrison Endicott. Where's he at? Okay. Let's see. I was kicked in the nuts by kicking the nuts. Hey, man, if you ever get tired of kicking the nuts, slow your bankroll down a little bit. Condense your player pool. That's some things I did. That was some things I did this week, and now I'm doing great. What's going on, motherfather? What's up, Anton? Anton, you sound very French. Where are we at? Looking for questions. What would you call a player that Hatton still can't cash a Showdown min cash? What would you call a player that has Hatton and still can't do a Showdown min cash? A guy that picks some real slapdicks to go with Hatton. That's what I'd call him, Ricardo. Is the solver only doing it for? Is the solver for only doing lots of lineups? No, Lee. I did 12 lineups this week, as you saw right there on Cut Sweats. I only did 12 lineups, made every single one of them in the solver. So even when I do as few as 12, Lee, I still use the solver. Probably less than that. Probably if I was doing 5. Matthew Fitzpatrick, low-owned bounce back. You know what, Bill? Here's the problem. I do think he's a good bounce back candidate, but I also have realized that round 3 Showdown is getting particularly sharper. So I think that Matthew Fitzpatrick won't be as low-owned as you think. I think maybe 15%, but I don't think you'll get him at like 8% or 5% like we would have just a year ago before this asshole that started doing Showdown Hoedown started telling everybody how to play round 3 Showdown. Where are we at? Can Pan or Gim continue to play tomorrow? Well, let me go look at old CT Pan. Dude, CT Pan's a killer. Like, since he's been back, he's been playing really well. Let's see if he's getting it done with smoke and mirrors, or if he's getting it done. Dude, 3 strokes on approach. Let's go. And who was the other one you asked about? The old Gimster. Come here, Gimster. Where'd you go, boy? Where'd you go? Old Doug, yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, Doug Gim's getting it done the way I want to see him get it done, right? I don't expect that he's going to be that good with a short game, but if he's going to ball strike, I think he's fine. You're probably going to pay a bit of an ownership premium on him, but probably not so bad that if you like him, you need to fade him. Is actually a smash play tomorrow? I don't mind him. If I think they're going to get after the course and we're going to see a good number of -4s and -5s tomorrow, that guy can get hot. I think he's borderline on my top 10 nuclear hot list, guys. Can you go back to Hatton after today's round, or is it going to be up? I would bet he's probably 25% owned, whereas, same thing last year. This time last year, he would have been 40% owned. But enough people are realizing you got to get away from bounce back. So at 25%, I don't think that's a deal breaker, right? I think you can play that. Just make a point to get leverage on him. If you're going to do 10 lineups, so just make sure you get him in like 5 of those 10 lineups, and now you're highly leveraged on him, right? That's what I would say. Let's see. What's the breakdown of AM versus PM tomorrow? Already went over it, brother. Who crushed my dreams? Me, myself, and I. So bad this week. Well, you probably played Webb Simpson, knowing you, Akasol. So you basically do this to yourself. You're leaving us no outs here, Bob. You're leaving us no outs. Let's see. Who would be a low drafted golfer on Underdog that breaks the slate for tomorrow? Brett, going over to Underdog, there are so many guys that go undrafted. Just go find one of these dudes that are like ball striking really well, that has a really low ADP, like 36 or something, like Brent Grant. No one is fucking going to draft Brent Grant over there, right? Grab him in the 6th round. It'll just make your lineup so much different, right? Who's somebody else that no one's going to be drafting over there? If Vince Whaley does end up making the cut, look at that ball striking, man. Okay, I'm just saying. You grab those guys in the 6th round. That's how you win GPPs over there. How about Mike Weir? He's old and Canadian, and he made the cut. You're getting too cute, Sean. I just, like, what's his upside? A -2, a -3? I don't get it. Is Yoon winning this thing? I highly doubt it, but I will tell you this, Brandon. Yoon and Novak were the last two sleepers that I cut from my pool, because I try not to do, 15 sleepers anymore. I try to cut it down to 10, and Yoon and Novak I had, and I took off because I was reducing down my list. Instantly filled with regret there. Roy, the greatest golfer ever. I don't think there's any way to say it. The guy's a fucking champion, and he never has luck sacked, and he only gets it done with incredible golf and never having a shamrock shoved up his ass. Jason Duffner going to make the cut? I don't know. Let's go look at old Duff Daddy. Where you at, Duffs? Jason Duffner, where are you at? Yeah, he made the cut. He's at -1. He'll be in. He in, Bob. He in. Hold on. While I'm here, let me look at Endicott. Man, look at that approach. Endicott. Jesus, bruh. Get it together. Does the editor play DFS? He does not. Although he has tossed around the idea. He has to listen to me talk about it so long that he's like, maybe I should give it a try. I'm like, don't do it. I'm kidding. I encourage him to do it. He's just like, you're a little reluctant. When you've never done something before, you're always like, but that's $5, man. I'm not made of money. Thoughts on AM, PM? Well, I mean, if you're talking in the week-long, Joanne, I'd say it got there. We got, 3/4 of a stroke difference between the 2 days. Ain't nothing, Bob. It ain't nothing. Plus, why do I have 6 of 6s? I think it's largely just because I took all my scrubs from that side, right? Is it okay that I started referencing my church congregation as the olds? Well, if they act like olds, it is. To just call people olds for no reason is unacceptable. But if people act like olds, being that they are stuck in their ways and they don't ever want to try out new things, well, then you can call them an old. By the way, for all of you that think that an old is an insult, I'm an old and I'm 39. Has to do with your state of mind, not your chronological age, you dickies. Carl Ewan season, I mean, I don't think he'll be very owned. Believe it or not, I bet he is under 7% owned. I think people are sharp enough that no one's going to play Carl Ewan, so maybe the smart play is take the guy who's playing best through 2 days. Yosem Frogret. Why is Cam Young worse than his brother? Carson. Wait, they're not really related. But if Carson Young, he definitely, for the last 2 months, Carson Young has definitively been a better golfer than Cam Young. But I got Cam Young in all my 6 of 6s, so if that little leprechaun fuck wants to figure it out, it wouldn't piss me off. Is Lowry primed for the U.S. Open if he ever learns to putt? Yes. I mean, I will say this. Lowry, he just puts up the biggest numbers for a guy. He avoids bogeys better than any player I know, but he finds doubles and triple bogeys more than any player I know. It's incredible. The guy never bogeys. He birdies, pars, or doubles. It's crazy. I'm telling you, go look at it. I'm a guy that's like, why? I always play him because, at tough courses, Shane Lowry, he avoids bogeys, but he doesn't. He avoids regular bogeys. He does not avoid double and triple bogeys. That guy puts up a crooked number more than he eats, more than he drinks a pint of beer, which is a lot. I have cut sweats and I have no clue where to see my chances to win. All right, very simple, man. You go over here to cut sweats. You go to my contests, and here in a little bit, Caddy, once the round is finished, probably within an hour or two, it will have all your simulations over here, right? They also have it for Showdown. You say I didn't play Showdown today, so I don't have any up. But it'll have your win equity and everything. It'll be right here under my contest. You just got to wait for the round to end and Nelson to run all of the simulations, right? So I would say it'll probably be up within, probably 2 hours, which for your time would probably be in the middle of the fucking night because you're bloody British, I believe. I believe that's true. I believe it to be. This is a no webs. Yeah, we love web. We can't stand for web slander, okay? David Lingworth just WD'd. That's weird as shit. What happened? I don't know why he would have. Best bounce back. Already covered it, Mike. There's a lot of good ones. I go with the studs. Give me old Fitzpatrick, man. You're not Fitzpatrick. I have a strong 6 of 6 percentage. Would you dial down Showdown slate or vice versa? No, Mike. Hey, look, this is how I determine what I should do with Showdown. If I see an edge, I play the shit out of it. If I don't see an edge, I slow it down. Like today, I wasn't convinced what I wanted to do with the weather. I did start to lean afternoon or all afternoon, guys. But by the time I made that decision, all the contests I wanted to play in today were filled. So I just said fuck it and I took the day off. Right? But I would have went all afternoon, guys, because I like to go 100 miles an hour when I make my Showdown decisions. But I would not let a good 6 of 6 rate slow down your weekend, right? And also, I've changed my philosophy on this. Don't bitch hedge. If you've got guys in your week long that are killing it and you think they're going to do good tomorrow, continue to play them, okay? And get double the points. Anyone else ready? I'm sick of all these Canadian players. Yeah, why do they? It's like there's no one else on the course, right? Burns tank just to get to LA early. If Sam Burns is more than 5% owned for the U.S. Open next week, I will be fucking shocked. Adam Simpson is the Canadian that can never do bad this week. Yeah, that guy, he fucks some people. 888, 25% to first. Do you like depositing? Well, I didn't have to because I got rich friends, okay? So shut your mouth, Jake. All right. Any chance you would have guessed that Brent Grant would lead the field in ball striking today? Yeah, I mean, Brent Grant, his middle name is Sean, so literally BS is in his initials. Ball striking Grant, that's what they call him. Old BS Grant. I just made that up, Andy. Moving on. I'll miss future kid's birth for the live stream. Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at, Nick. A man that gets it. I hope you win the 888 ticket, but let's face it. Statistically speaking, you got the same odds as everybody else. I don't know. You do like and retweet a lot, so you'll probably have a couple extra names in the hat. Where are we at? Moving on. Looking for questions. Rick Roll. Is a lineup starting with Fleetwood Fitz viable? Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that start, actually. And it probably gives you a lot of money where you're not having to go like 3 punts in that lineup or even 2 punts. Why is Roy your least favorite player? Jake, well, it's kind of simple. First of all, I think he's a whiny little bitch. Second of all, I think he is the least elite of all the elite players. And third of all, you know what? It's kind of a thing that people like that I shit on him, so I do. I actually don't even dislike Patrick Rogers. But you know what? I do kind of dislike Rory as a human being. I think he's a whiny bitch. But, it's just kind of a thing at this point where it's just, it's caught on. I just roll with it now. Congratulations, Steven, on winning. Brendan Todd winning it. It does kind of feel like that, right? I knew as soon as there was that rumor out there about his shoulder being hurt and why he withdrew last week, I started thinking, this is a Brendan Todd week. Give me that fucking troll, okay? Am I going to send any small kids over the bridge this week? No, I'm not, because that troll is down there hanging out. Is that what you get for playing a guy from LSU? Yes. LSU is full of losers. So same with their fans. I don't want to hear it, guy in the back. Guy to my side. You either. Shut up. Where are we at here? Brendan Todd's from North Carolina? I did not know. Well, he's a Georgia boy. He played at Georgia. I didn't know he was from North Carolina. Great 2-man pair tomorrow. Yeah, I'm almost for sure. I'd be shocked if it's not. I don't know why it wouldn't be, Jeff. Are we rolling Cam Young out tomorrow? I mean, honestly, I have him in all my 6 of 6s at week long, and I'm not even convinced that he doesn't fucking suck. So, there's no reason. If he does play well tomorrow, it will benefit my week long so much. I'll probably okay there. That's the one guy I'm going to kind of bitch hedge on. But I honestly think he fucking sucks. That's why I'm not going to play him tomorrow. I think he is broken. The fact that he barely made the cut, he's just not playing well, man. He is not playing well. Something is wrong with him, which sucks, because if he can just show me a little bit of form this week, you best believe I'm playing his ass at the U.S. Open. You best believe. Caddy says, yes, British, but in Maryland. So what? How British can you be that the one state you come to is called Maryland, named after your queen? God, you're so British. Is Carson going and he doesn't this way? I'll have an insane 6 of 6. By the way, you could be in Georgia also. I believe that's named for a king. All right, all the colonies are kind of named for stupid English shit. All right, shut up, Andy. Shut your mouth, Andy. Don't you tease me. Not you. You're my friend, Andy. You wouldn't do that to me, man. You wouldn't do that to me. If he double bogeyed, Andy, I am coming to wherever the hell you live and kicking you in the nuts. Tonight, I'll catch a red eye. Todd is a member at my club. Hey, you know what? I think Brendan Todd seems like a genuinely nice guy. All right. Okay, Robert, I trust you. Andy would screw with me. I don't think Robert would. Caddy, when I was a weekend, I'll bother you with some tickets in. I win this weekend, brother. I'll send you some tickets in. Hey, deal. I'll come to Merlin. All right, at the call, ask Qual. Webb and T-Rod, old Epic Battle State Championship back in the day. That's some olds knowledge right there. But I'm pretty sure Akasal he may be only a middle-aged man, but in his heart, he's 107. I think that's it, guys. Do me a big favor. Come check out all this shit. The schedule's going to be live. We'll be back tomorrow for it live again. And do not forget that me and Sia are doing that show on Sunday. Be there for that Sunday sweat. Plan on it. But most importantly, be there for the live stream Wednesday. I'm giving away $1,500 fucking dollars. Hashtag not a poor. I enjoyed this time with you guys. I've got to run because I got to go make the stone, because it's not just me that's a sweaty tryhard. I have a big-ass community of a bunch of fucking winners that are too. It's been real, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy this outro.